I guess nothing happened. Because it says like there was a sound, but nothing happened. So this is incomplete now. I don't know what to do about that. Let's go here first. We can go here pretty quickly, I think, given that there's a teleporter in the system we're in. So we'll just zip ourselves over here, and we'll try this one out. But I'm baffled by that. Oh, I need to activate this anyway. I'll just do it when I leave. It's fine. Let's take out. Yeah, let's check out these two. So one scan there, nothing. So it's got to be this one. What's going on this planet? No. This might be the first system I've ever been to that doesn't have anything. Nowhere to land. It's just a planet and stars, and that's it. Interesting. Like, the fact that there's nothing interesting is interesting. Yeah, because there's almost always been a place to go, but not this time. Okay, I'm gonna head down to this one, and then yeah, we're gonna jump to this portal, investigate all these things. Yeah, autopilot just does some really squirrely things sometimes. It's pretty slow. All right, let's first activate that so we can use it later. CXTA is here. Oh, that's the Goyer, sorry. While you do not see us as friends, we hope you can recognize us as allies. That's it. They're just looking to trade now. That's fine. And then they're also using these. And then he just ran into me. Bro, what are you doing? That's it. That's how squishy they are. They just a tiny tap. I hope you can see us as friends. Explode. I guess. Unscanned. Nothing here either. Interesting. Is this the same? Yes, it's the same thing. I'm curious. If I just lightly tap your entire station, does this... Okay, it doesn't result in catastrophic... There's nothing bad happens too. Okay. Okay, there are 2 planets that have anomalies on them. Let's check out the first. This structure, while much smaller, is obviously patterned after the pyramids found. Its stone base is solid, which Lieutenant Gleese speculates acts as a signal dampener. As the team recovers the silver from the antenna, they notice that its receiver has a partial after image of the last message. The best that can be recovered is 228 excavation on intercepted message, speculates a minor credible threat, escalate as needed to induce opening. Given the natural decay rate of the medium, it can't be more than a year old. So that stuff's going on now then. Okay. And then zip ourselves over here near the new portal that's not activated yet. It is activated. I didn't activate that, did I? No, I never did that. I've never been here before. I didn't do it. The anomaly detected from orbit turns out to be a mild magnetic field generated by concentrated ferrous minerals. Not valuable in themselves. Sometimes they mark deposits of more valuable ore. And we'll just go ahead and do the quick scan thing. We find platinum, and that is it. Well, let's make sure this isn't glowing at me, so we've clearly done something with it before or used it before. Weird that these aren't like researched already, or like I don't get it. Anyway, we're gonna go that way, which apparently it is faster to use the wormhole gateway to here and go. So we'll do that first, and we're gonna head down into this area and see what's going on over here. All right, so this system had some fighting, but wrapped it up pretty quick. Let's go down to this rocky surface here. Says another evacuated pyramid. The team finds a concealed encampment, but its observer, or their remains, are nowhere to be found. They were considerate enough to leave behind a power supply and some disassembled components. 29 titanium and 3 chirolite. Go ahead and just trigger this, which requires me to do the key thing, so that's open now. We're not going to go through it just yet. And we will hit these over here just to see if there's anything. Scan that. And scan that. All right, survey team can go down to this one. The surface of this part of the planet is marked with irregular granite intrusions, sometimes marking ore deposits. we find things. Uranium. Cool. All done. So let's see where this portal goes. Portal takes us someplace unsurprising. It takes us someplace we've been before. And I'm just going to go through the other one because, yeah, there's no reason to fight the acolytes and stuff. It's, at this point, I am purely interested in discovering things that I haven't been to before. So there's an active gateway there. Okay, next to go to, I think maybe is over here. We could also explore, I think these three. I don't know how I missed these three. We were right in these areas. We just never got to these three. Kind of wild. I even got into one that's way out here, but I never got out this way. And then there's this one here too, but that one's a little, I think it's a little far away. Where am I currently at? I'm here. Okay, so, and then there's these two that go between this and this. Yeah, I mean, if I ever wanted to hoof it here, but I never had to because I already had the flingers and connected everything here. All right, we'll go down to these three here. See what's going on in these systems. And I suspect we'll probably run into some people to fight just because this was like, you know, the early game area, kind of where we were in the early game anyway. So I suspect there's probably some like annoying red raiders or something maybe in this area, or some low level acolyte. And pretty much every fight I've encountered has been incredibly easy because the devout no longer have their big tech, right? Another series of dry canyons. Just go ahead and real quick. Wow, we rolled a 6 and we still got it. Look at that, 61% because our 55 bonus. It's like a guaranteed to hit there. Pretty close anyway. This last rocky planet here. And there's a reason to go down to the surface on this one. A dumping ground for ship parts someone decided weren't worth repairing. We need some copper for that. All right, so how about we go... it doesn't really matter which one we go to first, I suppose, because we're going to have equidistant to get back to this anyway, it seems. We'll start here. We'll go like this and then over to this to leave. I suppose that's probably fine. All right, so this system has a bunch of planets kind of surrounded by a whole bunch of rocks, asteroids and stuff. So I suspect maybe some of the story and or lore and or whatever we're going to discover in these areas, I suspect possibly they will have something to do with asteroids. We'll see. Let's take a look. From orbit, the whole planet has an odd elemental signature. As the lander descends, it becomes clear that the entire surface is covered with junk, debris from salvaged ships, habitat structures, satellites, and other unidentifiable technologies. Once on the ground, Lieutenant Gleese makes a remarkable discovery. This revelation explains the toxic emissions arising from the cracks in the twisted metal. The core of the planet must be composed of the least desirable materials. Still, there might be some resources left over. We can search the garbage, I guess. We don't really need... Wow, a success with rolling a 1. Nicely done. The search has disturbed some heavy metal particulate matter that's rapidly dispersing throughout the troposphere. It is best to leave the planet alone for a while. All right, so it's a giant garbage heap that you can't really search because it'll disturb things. It's just a purely storage, I guess. Okay. Let's go ahead and scan this one, and we'll drop a survey team down. It's another abandoned miner sitting in a swamp of corrosive gas. Man, we're on top of all these rolls today, aren't we? Okay. Rolling a 1. Our bonuses are saving us pretty much. All right, giant. Gas giant specifically. And then the dump investigation is incomplete, but it says just leave it alone for a while. So like this is something that you might come back for later, I guess. Not really something I'm going to come back for. I doubt it's that significant in our current state of the game. So it'll just be one of those things that stay incomplete for a little bit, I guess. So how many more things we got to go to? I think it's this one, and then these two, and then this one here. So there's 3, 4, and then this one here is 5. So I think that's it. There is another okay, there's a 6th one over here. So I missed 6 more, and then there's all the ones that are in that area here that I'm not really gonna bother with. Like, it would take me an hour to go through these 3. It's that slow. It's very slow. The only way I could bother with it, honestly, is if I came from this side, hit this, and then maybe teleported to here, and then did this, came straight through, or back, whatever. But like, getting to these are gonna be a pain in the ass. I'm just not gonna bother with it. This one here maybe we can go to this one. That's pretty short, but this one, no. So I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll hit a couple of them that seem like they could, you know, take less than 10 minutes to get to. Maybe. But it's very slow. Like, we're traveling 300 something. We go down to like 30 something to travel those areas. Are those all fighters? I think those are all fighters. Yeah. Those are all fighters. They're all dead because the fighters can't touch this. Da-na-na-na. Scans show that there was once an underground structure here, but seismic activity destroyed it long ago. Here's some stuff. Okay. We've got 2 other planets, and then there's this rocky one over here. So I guess we'll just take a quick gander at it. And down the team goes. Incongruous rock of titanium. Same thing we've seen before. Off we go. And another one. Ooh, there's a lot of stuff to go down to the surface for here. High atop a volcanic peak, dense silver deposits lie a few hundred meters below the surface. We've seen this one before too. We're just gonna go down and extract the resources. There we go, 104 silver, pretty nice. And nothing there. Okay, so next up is, what's going on here? Oh, that's the dump, right? Next up in the list, I guess we'll hit these ones here and clear this. Yeah, let's go here, 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 and then over here, and then maybe we'll end with this one just because it is going to take the longest to get to that one. So I'm not gonna bother with this. All right, so let's go whatever the fastest point is to go to here. That's what we're gonna do now. Apparently that is the fastest way to go. Wow. Boom. Huh? What? You're gonna go through this, then this, in order to teleport to here. You can use this one. Is it not open? Is the gateway not activated? Why would you do that? You can use this one right here. No, it's definitely activated. I don't understand why the autopilot just refused to use that one. It doesn't make any sense to me. I guess we'll go here now. Yep. There we go. And straight down. Okay, let's scan this one. It's a gas giant, but we can still go to it. Skimming a few hundred meters below the upper cloud layers, sensors detect the source of an anomaly. It's ethylene. We're going to collect some ethylene. There's also some people here. The Deliverance would like to talk to me. Not going to talk to them. Okay, so that was a long trip over just for one ethylene. What do you want to bet a lot of these trips are going to be like that too? Huh? What do you think? Okay, so we're in this one right here, purple one. We've got a couple of things to research down here, so let's go. Small meteorite, uranium, fine. We went ahead and activated this when I arrived, and I'm gonna go ahead and send the team down to the surface of this one now. See what's there. The area was once used as a dumping ground for ship parts. More copper. There it is. So I think a lot of these places, they don't really have story significance. I didn't really miss out on any lore, although the 0111 thing is pretty interesting. I don't actually know, what that's going to be. I feel like it's a lot of time probably to figure it out. So you just look up what it does, I guess, later on if you're really interested, or you can play the game yourself and navigate to that. I think pretty much everybody's map should be about the same, I would think. I don't think this is procedurally generated, so I would be incredibly impressed if this is procedurally generated, just because the stories I mean, there are certain parts of it where it's like, yeah, a computer could just make that up, but there's a lot of stuff here that's interconnected, and that's got to be planned. So I suspect everybody's map is the same, or similar anyway. Maybe some of these planets where it's just like you're just getting a deposit or something. Maybe those are, you know, kind of more randomly positioned. But all right, let's go ahead and search this. Planet was recently home to some moderately complex life forms comparable to Earth's Phanerozoic era. Unfamiliar with that. Now it is blanketed in a smothering ochre fog, consisting of numerous organic molecules. What triggered the anomaly reading was a survey instrument labeled Station 9440. It's been too badly corroded by the atmosphere to learn anything from, but it does have some titanium. There we go. 2 more planets up here. Music suggests we're going to have a fight, but I don't see anyone to fight. So this must just be a regular music track that sounds somewhat dangerous. Scanners initially detected this as a damaged transport vessel. Upon closer inspection, the craft is much simpler, lacking life support, armaments, or really much beyond the absolute minimum to fly with an autopilot. It sustained moderate plasma damage to its engines, after which it must have automatically executed a controlled landing. It's probably just a cargo pod kind of thing. Within the craft is a transmitter. Examining its buffer, Lieutenant Gleese notes that it was designed to broadcast a random collection of pre-recorded messages referring to an evacuation and vague rendezvous. Oh. I suspect that this craft was a decoy intended to confuse an adversary from the main evacuation ship or ships. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, that takes care of those 2 things. We can go, I think, to there's this one I want to get to, and then we'll end here and then to here, and then we know that that's the Safari already. Okay, so we'll go over to this one next. All right, we're in this system, and there actually are 2 planets and 2 surveys we can do. So let's take a look. Oceanic world has higher than average concentrations of gold, but distributed so evenly that harvesting any amount would be impractical. There's 21 gold that we were able to get a little bit there. And if we come over to this planet, Desert D3, looks like it's another evacuated pyramid. The team finds a concealed encampment, but its observer, or their remains, are nowhere to be found. They were considerate enough to leave behind a power supply and some disassembled components. They're considerate enough to leave us some stuff. There you go. And then we go ahead to the portal, activate it, and see where this one leads. As predicted, a place we've already been. Makes sense. Kind of, they all sort of come right to here, don't they? And then you go to this one, and then that takes you to the actual activated wormhole that we can use. Yeah, it just seems to be that way every single time. Okay, so I'm now gonna go to this one, which has a wormhole gateway, thankfully. So we'll go here really quick. And from here, we got 2 planets to look at. So let's scan that. Nothing. There was another one over here, I thought. Maybe that's just... No, it's not another star. It just wasn't showing up on the edge until you get much closer to it. Hard to detect, I guess. There we go. The temperature of this frigid world causes the nitrogen in the atmosphere to condense into lakes at night and evaporate during the day, creating unusual geologic patterns. That would be quite unusual, wouldn't it? Imagine all the water we have just evaporates during the day. You have these huge canyons, but you can't build anything there because it's all coming down. I suspect it would just be raining all the time, but this is nitrogen, so I don't know. Despite their envirosuits keeping them at a comfortable temperature, the team claims something about this place feels cold. Have Kepler lead the search for locations described in the message fragment. After a lengthy search, Lieutenant Triton realizes that the Universal Translator had taken a liberty with the text Magnetic North Pole. The original was actually Primary Magnetic Pole, and perhaps the Nimian consider their southern pole more significant. Armed with this information, the team locates a large buried crate just over 1 kilometer from the lake inlet. Inside is an artifact of a familiar brassy color. Do we get an artifact? A frozen Talonian see all these fragments for the Talonian things, right? Come on now. There's got to be something to this. Scans of the interior show several independent fractal neural networks. Like, how many Talonian fragments? Come on, man. Can we put them all together and actually make something of the mystery? Is that possible to do? I hope so, man. I certainly hope so. All right, we're gonna go ahead and teleport to here, and then we'll come down here. If there is something and you guys know what it is, just let me know in the comments. I'm okay with that, since this is the end of the video and I'm not going to discover it. I'm okay with spoilers on like the final episodes, right? Like if you're new to this channel, I'm usually very militant even against spoiler content. I am rigorously anti-spoiler in comments. But on the final episode, I'm okay with people telling me things I might have missed, because I'm not going to discover it on my own, right? If I'm going to discover it on my own, or if I have a chance to discover it on my own, I don't want you to tell me. But if I'm clearly done, and this is like the finale, and I'm not going to discover it, then that is the point where it's like, okay, he's not going to do this on his own. I can tell him this now, and that's fine. Okay, so this is going to take a bit. Right now, the void effect is 100%, so that's fine. But as soon as we get to about here, it's going to just die. And so this part here is going to be much faster than this part here. So I'll show you how it drops when you get to about this little cloudy area here. It'll drop down, and then to travel over to this one, I mean, I'd have to go through this territory, and this is a very long trip. It's through all that cloudy stuff, so I don't want to do that. And you can see the void effect is already starting to drop, so our speed is dropping, and this is why it takes a very long time to get through here. So our speed is dropping way down now. 28, 27, 26 now, and you can see how long this would take. It is not a fast trip. We're essentially right next to a large planet right now. As far as the void effect is concerned, we're right next to a large planet. We're going to be sub 10% now. Yep, there it is. And so rather than traveling 370 plus or 300, you know, on the better half of 400 units of speed, our speed has been reduced to less than 20%. Eventually, it'll be less than 20% of the original speed is what we can travel through here. And that is why this takes a very long time to reach. So I'm not interested in getting to all of them. If there's something special about all of them, shame on you, Dev, for hiding it behind something that takes so much labor to go get. But at the other onset of that, you know, maybe there's some special weapon or something that can be collected. And that's not evidenced by the one we already went to, which was basically just like, hey, look, there was a survey team here and they landed and they were trying to get things, but they didn't get things. The end. Right? Like, thanks for the story, bro, but it wasn't worth the time. And I suspect that's probably what a lot of these are. So yeah, we're not going to be going to any more after this. So this will be the last one we explore right here. And then we will, I guess, wrap up with going to the station, seeing if there's anything else they can tell us, anything else they want to say goodbyes if needed, and then we'll head over to the ship here and tell them that we're going home, and we'll see what happens to that part of the game. I don't know that this is the finale, so like, I'll put it in the title if it is. I guess you'll know, but I don't at this time of recording. So because there may be a lot more game, who knows, once you get back home, there may be stuff to do back in your home system. I have no idea. So we'll find out. There's only one planet here. One icy thing next to this blue star. Oh, there better be something. There better be something here. Look how slow this is. I'll be right back. All right. We've arrived. Finally. Let's scan. There is something here. If that said no anomaly, I was just gonna cry. Down we go. Another dropship trapped in ice. Its system's dead. Crew nowhere to be seen. An untransmitted log entry, the only clue. Despite the loss of a lander and half the command crew, our captain presses us into the void from the ship. No great reward without great challenge is his order. His missing second tried to explain that it did not imply the reverse was true. One wonders what madness possessed their captain to take such risks with his crew without purpose. Oh, you're gonna make me figure that out, aren't you? Are you gonna make me? I bet all of these are all this captain. Like, you're gonna make me do this, aren't you, game? You're gonna get me so invested in this captain. I mean, this is possibly, we can maybe get there to see if it's still this cat. Oh, am I gonna? I have to go back to this anyway. I'll decide when I get there. Maybe I'll go get some lunch. That's what I'll do. I'll go get some lunch. I'll have this running passively. I feel like there's gonna be a good amount of you that are like, come on, Charlie. Come on, Charlie. Tell us if this captain is crazy. We already know it, but like, how crazy is he? Did he go to all of these? All right, after a very long trip, we have reached Ice H1. And let's see if our story continues. Another dropship trapped in ice. Its system's dead, crew nowhere to be seen. This one has no log entry, and its useful resources have been stripped away. Okay, so because I'm crazy, and because I just love you guys so much, for your patience sticking with me through this whole thing. Here we are. All right. We're in this one right here. And yeah, I'm gonna hit the other 3 too. It's taking a long time, but we're gonna do it. Let's send the survey team down and see what's going on here. I hit the wrong button here. Let's send the survey team down and see what this is. Another dropship trapped in ice. Its system's dead, crew nowhere to be seen. This one has no log entry, and its useful resources have been stripped away. I really hope that doesn't do that for me the entire time. Maybe we're supposed to see these ones first and they're all dropships. And like, this is the end of the story. Maybe we saw the end of the story first and all of this is a waste of time. Shit. I really hope not. It would probably take me... I don't actually know what would be faster. Honestly, it would just going straight here faster? At 72? If I can get through here, I might be able to teleport to here and then down. That might be faster. But this doesn't have a portal, so I'd have to start from here. Well, I could teleport to here and then come up this way. That might be faster. You're telling me going this way. Okay, that's fine. All right, tell you what, we're gonna go this way, then down to here, and then straight through here, because this whole thing going 72 sucks, but if I can teleport to this point, I can get 370 something all the way to about here, and then take the 72 here. I don't know if that's faster, to be honest, because I still have the 70. Screw it, dude. I'm just gonna leave the computer running. I'll be back later. Okay. We're at the second one here in this little line. Let's see if there's any clue what this is. No log entry. I'll go watch a movie. I'll be right back. Okay. We are pulling up to the third one in this little line of icy planets. And exactly the same thing. Okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so the last planet in this little line of planets here, going through here, it actually has a desert planet as well as part of it. Interestingly enough, maybe we'll get some answers. This one is the exact same thing. System's dead, crew nowhere to be seen, yada, yada, yada. But like I said, there is this one over here. Maybe. Oh, you trolls. You absolute trolls. I feel like I just got trolled big time, right? So I'm a little disappointed by it. But at the same time, I'm kind of seeing a message with it. Like, we did it in reverse. I feel like it would have been more impactful if we had seen the results of this kind of at the end. instead of the beginning. I feel a little bit, it's just feel real stupid. So this is the Quixotic Seeker is what it's saying it is anyway. And yeah. So it looks like, you know, another one, log entry stripped away, right? There's this, and then there's this planet Anomaly, this one. This is the one where it has actually something to say, right? And so when I read this, it says, despite the loss of the lander and half the command crew, our captain presses us into the void from the ship. No great reward without great challenge is his order. His missing second tried to explain that it did not imply the reverse was true. So we just had enormous effort. And we didn't get any reward. I feel like maybe there's a message there. I don't know. I don't see any additional points that go along with this seeker. Other than, you know, like, that's it, really. So, yeah, I feel like I just got trolled. I hate it. I'm pretty sure I hate it. But at the same time, my physical time, I was trying to do other things in the meantime. Like, I wasn't going to sit here and watch it go across the screen, right? So I guess I will let the game... Yeah, bring me back to Celaeno, please. I don't see anything else of value. We have reveal all, so we know there's nothing else in the middle here. And I also know that... I think it's going to take longer to get through here than it will be here, because I can get out of this and then go to this one. I'm going to have it go this way. I think once I can go 100% speed, this is just going by distance, I think, is what this is measuring. It's not, I don't think it's taking into account how slow this is. So I'm going to have it come across here to this one and then go. But all that effort was for nothing, but I'm leaving it in the video because I've invested too much time not to. All right, I'll see you guys when we get to Celaeno, I guess. Okay, we are back in the home system. I don't see anything else on the map that we can feasibly, you know, do before we head back out of here. So I'm gonna go to Celaeno really quickly, just real quick check in with everybody. Finished up any investigations. Hang on a second. Let me just make sure I talk to everybody else first. Sounds like this might be goodbye. Are you staying with Celaeno? Yes. It was a difficult choice. I have people back home, but as well as here, but the mysteries of this space are too tantalizing to give up on. Besides, without me, this place would probably fall out of orbit. Well met, Charlie, and farewell. Likewise, Lieutenant Milton. Dr. Rama. While I'm waiting for a solution to precipitate, I can provide one. Yeah. Not curious about anything at the moment. Just wanted to... Oh, we can execute the erasure algorithm now if we all forget everything. Yeah, no, thanks. Milton also apparently has more resources for me now. Nice. Okay, so that is it. I will talk to the Commodore one more time. Is there any outstanding investigations? I think it's time to head home. Very good. Make your way through the wormhole. With the heretics' help, Starcom has its first flinger operational, connecting the Groombridge 1618, so you won't have to waste time getting there. Your crew has earned a break. Starcom hasn't given an official directive. The Alethio will be taking a lot of the Celaeno's staff back, but some of us have decided that even if the wormhole closes for good, there's still a mission for Starcom here. I think this time really is goodbye. It's been an honor to serve as your commander. I'm writing in incandescent post-action. If we ever meet again, I expect to call you sir. Thank you, sir. One last thing, I did want to talk to the Alethio one more time, right? Because of, like, answering the questions or whatever from that thing. So, real quick, they're right here, I think. Here we go. I gather some of Celaeno's staff have volunteered to stay on this side of the wormhole to continue our research. I can't blame them, but I joined Starcom for archaeology, not adventure and war stories. We'll be transporting any of Celaeno's crew who want to ship back. Then, I'll revel in the glory of writing papers and lecturing to other archaeologists. I'll be sure to cite you and Lieutenant Triton frequently. Will we see you back home? Yes, we're heading home too. I'll see you on the home side then. Cool. Will you say anything about this? No. I think we're just too late on talking to them for that. Okay. In that case, let us proceed to the wormhole. See if there's anything else with the ship. I don't think there's anything else with the Talonian chariot, but if we can hail that, or if we can, you know, if we can examine it one more time, then I will. Talk to him probably to say, hey, are you closing it up? Nope. There it is. Yep. I will keep the wormhole open until you have passed through for the final time. Then I will tend to my final task. Transfer 3 fragments to the Talonian. Finally, we get to see some more stuff here. Neural meta connections restored. Thank you for the 6 fragments. The 6 fragments you've recovered. I have a better understanding of my history. Is there anything else you wish to discuss? Absolutely. What does the wormhole need to be restored? But I already did it. My warp space sensor could be used along with the processing power of the polyhedral to repair the wormhole's geometry. While the physics of the operation defy comprehension, the actual mechanics should have been simple with the aid of the Empire and my remaining selves. I do not know what happened, but it seems likely the Generation Arc catastrophe was a tipping point. The Empire was falling. Rather than finding aid, the Arcadians found chaos. Is there anything else you wish to discuss? How can we communicate with the Arcadians? Their simple binary signals are patterned off my authentication pattern. One of the groups may be in possession of the warp sensor, which is capable of completing the cryptographic challenge. For a group of Arcadians who start their hail with a random sequence of binary digits, I seriously think something about those binary numbers down there could have done it, but like I have no idea what to do there. And I suppose I could look it up, but I'm not going to. For a group of Arcadians who start their hail with a random sequence of binary digits, I will transfer the cryptographic key to you so that your translator may respond if you are able to locate them. Oh, shit. Key received. If we can find this missing group of Arcadians, we should be able to communicate with something other than plasma bolts. What? Is there anything else you wish to discuss? What happened to the Arcadians who returned aboard the chariot? Again, I have no direct knowledge, only what I can extrapolate from your logs. They clearly did not receive the aid they needed to repair the wormhole. They initially found a settlement not far from the singularity. Some remained there and over time forgot their history. Others continued with their mission to rescue their trapped ancestors, but found no allies in either the heretics or devout, identifying themselves to other Arcadians through simple binary codes. They were given my warp space sensor, which is critical for my final task. I suspect they are trying to use it to seek my fragments for guidance. Is there anything else you wish to discuss? That's all for now. I'm trying to think if there's like any way to use this. This is an unfinished mission now, right? Since the Talonian gave the Arcadians a device capable of perceiving warp space. This could be used in conjunction with a polyhedral to repair the wormhole. The only polyhedral I'm aware of is the one we're like literally at right now. Like this was the location of that, right? It was sitting right here. And then this thing, you know, zapped it. I don't see anything else on the map I can interact with that's like that. Bright Light Hurt Long Time wasn't a polyhedral. There's this area here, which is just that dump that needs like a persistent investigation. This is just a commander's log for trade, Kiernan space, splitting plant, emissary brought us out here, Nimian space. Like I don't have anything that's another. I don't have anything else. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do with that. And he gave me a device. Do we go back to where those ones and zeros are? The watchtower? I mean, it's the only other thing binary I can think of to interact with. You know? I kind of want to go back to the watchtower and see, but you know, if I get any extra, go to the log here. 3 fragments. Yeah, so I scroll down here really quick. Simple binary signals are patterned off my authentic pattern. So I look for the Arcadians who start their hail with a random sequence of binary digits. I will transfer the cryptographic key to you so that your translator may respond if you are able to locate them. If you are able to locate them. We can respond if we're able to locate them. Okay. I don't think we're able to locate them with that, but that's the only other binary thing I can think of right now is that tower. The other thing, I suppose, is we've encountered enemies that just spoke to us with like 11111 whatever, but that was the Red Raider stuff. That was like, those are automated, bots and stuff. I can't think of anything else that would be that. I am gonna go back to that planet really quick with the binary numbers just to see if there's another option. I don't know if there would be. And then if there isn't another option, then we'll go through the wormhole. But I just have to look at it. I have to know if that's a thing or not. So real quick, we'll zoom over here. We'll go to the wormhole gateway. And then I guess I'm going to have to go this way and get over to that brown dwarf again. So that's going to be the task right now. Okay, that's where we're going to go. I'll see you guys when I get over there. Okay, incomplete survey it says. So let's try it out this time, see if there's anything else. The device attachment reads this. Have the team return to the ship. It literally doesn't give me any other options. I thought it would be new, but it's not. Damn. I thought there'd be something new. I don't know what to do with there. If you know something I missed, let me know in the comments. Like, I don't see anything. I just did reveal all, and I don't see anything new that I can interact with that has this. And my memory is maybe not that great right now, but I've looked through all of the unfinished things. The Aquarian colonies, that one. I've looked through all the unfinished things, and there's nothing here that would allow this. These are all trades. The green circles are all trades. So it's really just the blue ones. That's the uranium pits, right? This one here was the dump. That's not going to be something I can interact with the binary thing. And then there's, I don't know what that code is going to be. Yeah, I don't see it. So I'm thinking maybe this is kind of just this weird out of order thing, because I don't want to miss anything, but I even looked it up online now, and I'm not seeing anything that really tells me anything else that I've missed. So I think that's just kind of like a, you need this to repair the wormhole thing, but we did it anyway thing. Maybe we'll find them on the other side of the wormhole, and we can communicate with them with that. Maybe that's how that works. You can repair it from the other side kind of thing. We'll see. I'm going to go back to Celaeno now. And I'm going to go back to the wormhole now, because that's the only thing left to do. So it's right there. We can also go back in the portal to the superstar maybe, but I don't think there's a reason to do that either. Okay, so I'll see you when we get over there. All right, here we go. We're going home. Well, let's see what happens. We are here. And does it start closing up? Kind of looks like it's getting smaller, doesn't it? Yeah? I think it is. Slowly getting smaller. Is the Alethea coming through too? They were supposed to come through as well. That's not them. That's something else. Who is this? Starcom battlecruiser. Yeah. My orders are to respectfully remind you to keep your debriefing appointment. Respectfully. Okay. Well, we need to go to the Flinger. All right, Flinger to Starcom. So it kind of looks like maybe it was getting smaller, but maybe not. Battlecruiser, wormhole. It still looks like it's open. So we're going to come down here. And our Flinger. They said our Flinger is ready. Boom. There it goes. Wow. That is Not where I thought we were going at all. I thought it was going to fling us to this side, but it is flinging us all the way back. So is this it? Are we really home for good? Yes, I think this is it this time. There are other places that have not been explored. I don't think the game is over. I think there's more game. Yay! To Galabans to celebrate. The music certainly has like a this is the end kind of thing going with it, but there are a lot of locations here that I haven't explored that I want to go see now. I hope they don't reassign us. Fedora was only a field assignment. Oh, Sol. Sol! I want to go to Sol! Ah, come on. Alpha Centauri. Ah, we gotta go down to Sol, right? We gotta see it. If it lets me. Here we go. Now free to roam. There's a station. Starcom outpost. Fedora, stand by for clearance. Confirm. Proceed to Morning Star, sir. Okay. I mean, can I turn around and go to Sol? I just want to see if you guys got Earth. Come on, can we see Earth? I'm not going that way. Unless they make me. You're gonna have to make me. That's a really far distance, but I'm doing it anyway. I just did so much stuff that took way longer than this. So I'm gonna do that instead. We'll go that way after we see Sol. Avery says, oh, I wondered where we were going. Wait a minute, are they actually gonna respond to me coming this way? That's super cool if so. Yeah, here we go. We're here. He's like, oh, I wonder where we were going. We're going to Sol, of course. All right, so Mercury. Oh, sorry, that's Venus. I was gonna say it's pretty big, but all right. Where's Mercury? Should be closer to the star. Where? Oh, there it is. There it is. There we go. Quick little scan. Uh-huh. All right, Earth. Look at it. Look at it. And Luna right next to it. No? Ah, to see the Earth as it truly is. Small and blue and beautiful. In that eternal silence where it floats is to see ourselves on that bright loveliness in the eternal cold. Oh, you know, I've never actually seen Earth in person. It's pretty. It's nice they saved it. It's nice they saved it. Visit Earth is an achievement. I had to. I had to. You teased me by showing me Sol on the way in. Of course I had to. Now let's go to Mars. Looks like we actually did get a colony on Mars at some point right here. Yeah, there we go. We're not going to see all the moons and stuff of Saturn and everything, are we? Yeah, I didn't think so. All right, it's just Saturn. Okay. There we go. All right, and then Jupiter. I mean, they're not that close together. Oh, this is Uranus. All right, and then let's go to Neptune, I suppose. Devs, where's Pluto? I know it's not a real planet, but I want it. Oh, they do actually have Jupiter's moons. They have Europa anyway. I saw Europa. There's that. There's Jupiter. Okay. So we'll come over here. There's Ganymede. Europa. Nice. All these worlds are ours to visit except Europa. We should attempt no landing there. Sorry? You can't declare an entire moon off limits just because your ex lives there. I'm getting. I'm like trying to figure out like who else owns Europa. I don't see Titan. I didn't see that here, so they're not going to share any of the moons for Jupiter and Saturn. But they did give us Ganymede and Europa, I guess. And then that's it. We just had to visit. All right, done. And visit our home. There it is. And then now we'll go back to these gas giants. I thought there was a station here. At least it looked like there was when we were closer to it. So we'll head out that way, and maybe that's the end of the game. I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Yep, there's a station right there in the middle of it all. So let's do a quick scan of the gas giant. Probably not going to learn anything on any of these scans. And then, oh, look at that. And what is that? Oh, what is that? Well, let's talk to these guys first. Maybe they'll tell us what it is. Morningstar Research Lab. Pryor, it's good to finally meet you. I've read Commodore U's detailed report on Fedora's accomplishments. Very impressive. You come a long way and your crew deserve a break, so I'll skip the glad handing. We're going to need to put you all under a strict secrecy decree. Even though the vacuum decay risk is now close to zero with the wormhole collapsed, no one wants to try to reassure the general public of that. Also, there's a lot of new discoveries that you made which we want to take some time to study. Huge social benefit potentials, but also security concerns. These Talonian fragments, for example. Our civilian partners in Neologic are already making huge discoveries here at Morningstar. Lots of potential for their NL series automatons and our new AI systems to improve security and quality of life. I'm supposed to offer you a Commodore level desk position back at Fleet and reassign your command crew here where we can keep an eye on them. How does that sound? I don't think so. Fleck, no, definitely not. Gee, I guess I'm not accepting this. Definitely not. Yeah, given Vin's report, I told them that was unlikely. Your other option is we keep you all in the field aboard Fedora. With the help of the heretic tech, we've managed to get an experimental new gateway up and running. We've sent a few scouts through, but there's a whole new galaxy to explore. So, if they can't keep you behind a desk, they'd like you as far away as possible. Well, that'll do just fine. Very good, Captain. Until the powers above me figure out how we want to handle the situation, I think Fedora should be where you work best, in the unknown. When you're ready, the portal is active. I'll just give you a little love nudge. There you go. Hopefully I didn't throw off your orbit too much and you end up in that gas giant. Okay, so we're just going. And what further adventures await Fedora? Good question. Let's find out. Yeah, that is the end of the game, isn't it? Thanks for exploring, it says. Finish the game. The end is the achievements. Starcom Unknown Space. This was so fun. You know, like, I'm not one that typically plays the 2D types of games like this, with RPG styles and stuff. Like, I've got a few games on the channel where I've done that too, right? My second most streamed ever game on Twitch is RimWorld. We have, Prison Architect is, of course, there. And there's a lot of other games that I've played that are 2D, but I haven't really had the open world RPG 2D experience yet. And I thought, there's a chance this one could be kind of cool. And I think it was. I think they've done a really good job with it. I'm a fan. There's a polyhedral thing right there. I wish I had found like what was up with the binary numbers and stuff and maybe been able to communicate with them. I wish I had figured that out. Part of me actually feels like maybe I should have tried a little harder to defeat the Safarial just to see what landing on that planet would have, if there was any secrets on that planet, because there was a way to land on them. It just said that I couldn't because there was threats nearby. And so, like, part of me feels like, I could have done that. The other thing I could have done to make trudging through that really like heavy void area a little bit more tolerable, which for me, I just watched Jack Ryan, and while it was going, I didn't bother waiting around for it. So it wasn't that big of a deal to me. But to make it faster, what I guess I could have done is redesign the ship, right? So that it was like all about acceleration. I could have maybe had 15 engines on the back, made this really long boomerang sort of thing looking thing, take up all my hexes with things that help me to propel, just have no weapons. Could have done that if I knew I was going to explore. But there were times where it was helpful to have weapons because I needed to get somewhere and they were shooting me while I was trying to get there. But I probably could have ignored them if I had good enough shields. Anyway, this has been a wonderful experience. I had a lot of fun in Starcom. I don't know about the replay value of it. right? Like I would say, definitely recommend it for you too, but you've already seen me play, so I don't know how much replay value there is beyond that, but definitely a worthwhile experience. And I hope anyone else who has played the game before watching the series enjoyed it as much as I did too. Thank you so much for watching and for your patience while this health thing just does not go away. We'll see you hopefully in another video somewhere in a galaxy far, far closer than the one we ended up in. Take care. Bye-bye.